What up? This is on the Stick One to Sobriety. My name is Rob, and I'm an alcoholic and drug addict. First lesbian action I ever seen. Let's get into it. So, I've been telling you guys random stories about my drug addiction and where it's taken me, and the kind of positions it's put me in, and right, and after I lost my last job, it's blurry from there all the way up to when I went to rehab for the first time. It's very, like I said, it's very blurry. A lot of shit happened, but let's get into this. Very first time I seen some lesbian action at the fucking dope spot. So I used to hang out with the Connect. We're best friends. I don't know if we were really best friends because we were best friends, or I was his best friend, or I consider him my best friend because he was the Connect and he would smoke me out. So I don't really don't know, but he did get me out of some jams. I'll tell you that right now. Those are some cool stories I could tell as well. I don't know if they're cool, but those are stories I could tell as well. But anyways, this guy was known for always having girls. It's I don't know what it is, but it's, I guess when you're the Connect, it's easier to get girls or whatever. So there was always dudes that would come look for their girls right there at his pen, and it would always trip me out. There's a little side story before I get to the actual meat and potatoes of the story. So I remember specifically two dudes that came looking for the girls there, and they would fucking post up outside of that fool's window because he lived upstairs, and they'd be yelling the girl's name, hey, shh, like, what's up? I know you're in there, and my boy would be like, hey, nah, fool, they're not in there. Stop making panchos aquí, no está, güey. No estás haciendo panchos allá afuera. You're burning me out, dog, whatever. And they're like, come on, fool. I know she's there. And then I remember one time, um, my homie told him, well, if you want to come look, dog, come look. And the girl was there, and she had to fucking hide and shit. And it was a trip. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like a part of this shit, you know what I mean? And I just thought it was like, I thought it was the coolest thing. Like, yeah, my boy's a fucking player, dog. I didn't know how really fucked up it really is, you know what I mean? I didn't know how fucked up it was from the girl's part. And I really didn't realize how fucked up it was from my homie's part, knowing that these girls were in relationships. And I remember another time where this one dude came. It was early. I used to show up my homie had business hours for me pretty much because I was always at his pad. And so he's like, hey, fool, fucking, if you're going to come, 10 a.m. is the earliest you could be here. And I was like, all right, cool. I used to be there from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. You know what I mean? And I showed up. We're there early. And this one dude came looking for his fucking girl. Loud as fuck. And, hey, I know you're in there. Come out. And he starts screaming at the top of his lungs, his girl's name. Hey! And I was like, wow. Then he starts like, outside of that window, there's like a little picnic bench and a trash can that's like bolted down. And this fool starts kicking the bolted down trash can. Just blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then my homie finally, like, I've never seen him lose his cool until that moment. And he yells out the window, he's like, hey, fool, are you gonna be making panchos? You're gonna make me go outside, dog. You don't wanna do that. And I was just like, I was just like, my homie talking all kinds of shit. That's we ain't going out the other moments. And then the guy out there keeps yelling, and then my boy is like, hey, Rob, come through. And I was like, oh, fuck. I don't know how to fight, dog. I don't know what do you need me for? I'm all size for nothing. Like, I don't know how to fight. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I was like, fuck it, dog. I'm tweaked out. I'm feeling like I throw the 1-2s. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, let's go. And my homie walks down the stairs to confront this dude. And he's like, hey, what's up, fool? You want to get crazy? Let's fucking get crazy. What's up, fool? And I was like, damn, I never seen my boy do that shit. And the other dude backed down with the quickness. He said, no, despensa, güey. No quiero estar haciendo panchos, no quiero pedo contigo, güey, que no sé qué. Que eres mi compa y que no sé qué. And he's like, pues ponle a la verga, güey, no estoy haciendo panchos aquí, güey. And I was just like, fuck. And I stood at the top of the stairs, too. I was just like, I don't know I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But I stood at the top of the stairs and I didn't go down there at all. I don't want none. I ain't want no static with nobody, dog. I was just up there. And my homie came back and he's like, hey, little let's go back inside. Let's smoke a bowl to get rid of this fucking stress. I was like, hell yeah, pack that. Anyways, so he's known for having girls right there. That was a sidetrack story, you know what I mean? But he's known for having girls at his pad. So one time I'm there, it's just me and him, and he's like, hey, fool, these two girls are gonna come by. He said you could chill for a little bit, but when I give you the sign to bounce, like the bounce, you know what I mean? No, you know, and I was like, I understand it, dog, bro code, I get it. And he's like, okay, cool. Two girls come by, I fucking wish I could burn them out, right? No, not really. I'm not like that. And these two girls are there, and pretty decent looking girls for when we were tweaking, you know. And we're posted, we're smoking, and then my homie was like, "Hey, I'm hungry," cause me, like, we already were so fucking seasoned, and our tolerance was so up that we still ate. Obviously, you can see me, you know that I still ate. Come on, dog. But my homie would still eat. He'd eat like sandwiches or whatever he has. You know what I mean? And he's like, "I'm gonna go warm myself something to eat. I'm gonna make myself something. You guys kick it." And I was like, "All right." And I'm kicking it. I went and I sat on his chair, and I'm facing this way, right? And he has a 2-seater couch, and those were the two girls are at. I was too scared to sit next to the two girls. I don't know, they have cooties or something, you know. And we're there, we're chilling. I'm talking to the girls because I know them; they're cool. And we're smoking. I pass them the pizzle, and this fucking one girl on the left, she hits it, and she gets the other girl from the right and like grabs her from the head and goes and starts throwing the smoke into her mouth, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they start making out, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was just like, oh, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I was just tripped out. It scared me. I didn't know how to react to that shit. I really never seen that. I didn't expect that shit to happen. I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? And they were full on make out, touching each other, all kinds of shit. And I was like, all this for me? They're putting on the show for me? For me? And I was just like, what the fuck? And I was just like, dude, I fucking I was so scared of what was going on. I had to excuse myself and go talk to my homie. And I left the room, and I went. I remember I left the room, and he was in the kitchen, and I was like, hey fool, hey fool, hey fool, hey fool. And he started laughing. He was like, what happened, dog? I was like, hey, those two girls are in there making out, dog, and like touching on each other. I was like, do you want me to bounce? Is that the sign? And he's like, no, that's not the sign. He's like, trust me, you'll know. And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, go back, enjoy, dog. And I was like, what? I was like, dude, I was like so tripped out because I've never seen anything like that before. I didn't even, I would never think these two individuals would ever do something like that, especially in front of me. But they were on one, you know what I mean? When you're on one, I guess. And I went back in the room, and then we just posted up for a little while. And then eventually, my homie came back to the room, whatever. He gave me the sign. He's like, hey, Rob. You know what I mean? Like, hey, bonnet dog. And I was all right. I was like, hey, just let me take my last hit for a bounce real quick. And I fucking took my hit. And I told my homie, like, hey, fool, have a good night. And he's like, that's right. And he fucking, I bounced, dog. And then I left, and I was so fucking mind fucked that I seen that because it was two girls that I would have never expect that from. I just did not expect that type of situation to happen. Those two girls I didn't expect it from, and it was just so fucking random to me. And it's a thought that lives rent free in my mind for the rest of my life, and it's crazy.